Welcome to the Love and Luck podcast show. This is our first show. We finna get to a lot of stuff. We're gonna be giving y'all a lot of player news that you can use. We're gonna give y'all some real life stuff. You know what I'm saying? But today is our very first show on our first podcast. By the way, my name is DLove Stacks, and this is Introduce Yourself, brother.
Shoot, this your boy Luck. Like Love said, we're gonna give y'all a bunch of player stuff. You know, this is a long time coming. I think, for me and Love, because I mean, I don't want to go on a tangent right now. You know what I mean? But we're gonna do exactly what
we come from a long line of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk about. So we're going to have a lot of episodes of either stories, real life stories. We might jump off into something else about some playerism. Like today. Today we're going to talk about the word player. Like for me, when I hear the word player, I hear people say, boy, you a player. I say, yeah, I am a player. I got myself together. A player is a person to me that got his paper together. You know what I'm saying? He making his money. He stay fly. He stay smelling good. He stay in the gym. You got to stay in the gym. Keep your body right. You know what I'm saying? Keep your body right. You know what I'm saying?
Got to.
What you think about that?
Oh, shoot. I think when it boils down to it, I think when it comes down to being a player, man, like you said, all those things, life, we already understand that life is a game, So therefore, when you playing the game of life, you have to, play by the rules. You have to play by the rules accordingly. You got to have all these things intact. If not, you might miss something. You know what I mean?
Just and like that.
And it might not come, whatever you was aiming for, you might not get. So you got to have all these things intact. Your physical fitness, your mind,
your health.
And you got to have your yabba dabba do together.
Your mouthpiece got to be
sharp. You got to know how to talk. You know what I mean? Too. You know what I mean? I must say, Love, he's really good at that.
If you ain't got no verbal acrobatics, something ain't right. You definitely got to have verbal acrobatics.
You got
that's something y'all probably ain't never heard before, but that's how you work your mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? You got to be sharp. And it depends on what type of crowd you mess with. If you messing with the corporate people, you know how to straighten up and say yes sir, no sir. You know how to get in the streets. You know how to dibble and dab and know how to use your spectacular vernacular.
For sure.
You dig what I'm talking about? You know how to pop your collar and get your dollars. You know what I'm saying? So there's all different ways of being a player in this here game. You know what I'm saying? In this world called life.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And life is real. So you know what I'm saying? You got to start, when you start out as a baby, you know what I'm saying? You ain't taught none of this. No. You ain't taught none of this. You just come in the world and you just start opening your eyes to things. Like me, I wasn't really visual until I was like 4 or 5 years old. And when I first started seeing like my uncles and some of my big friends and uncles and friends and stuff out there in the street, that's when I started noticing what life was. I was like, okay, I see him staying sharp. I see him staying fly. They always was counting money out on tables and stuff. That's kind of like what kind of molded me to shoot to, because I'm like, okay, where's all this money? You know what I'm saying? I was a baby. I came out wanting to have some money when I was a baby. My mama said my first baby, can I have some money? Grandma used to give me $5 or $10 all the time, you know what I'm saying? So I've always been a person that always wanted to be about some money, you know what I'm saying? That's a little bit about me. I want to always get some money.
Most definitely. And I can definitely, I can definitely attest to that. I think, ultimately, I call Love Big Bro. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I've always seen him get money. I've always seen him do his thing. And I guess, and I know in return he can say the same thing about me. I know we ain't never had that thing that a lot of people have, to where they feel like, somebody owns something. You know what I mean? We always went out and got our own, and we always been able to, feed off of each other. And a dollar ain't never been nothing to us. We just passed it back and forth, like, you know what I mean? Like, here, man, take that. You know what I mean? If you need that, you know what I mean? It's the only cat I can say that ain't never, how you around cats and they always say weird stuff. You know what I mean? Act weird. You know what I mean? Just because your life is changing and things is getting good. I can't, you know what I mean? Big bro, I can't say nothing like that about him.
Well,
You know what I mean? And he might look like you know what I mean, like a little brother, because the nigga, you know what I mean, because, you know, he look younger than me. But anyways.
But check this, though, man. I'm going to tell you one thing about the word solid. You know what I'm saying? Solid is something people are not these days. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Whew, I think I could count on one hand how many solid individuals that I could say is around, and he's one of them. You know what I'm saying? So that's 4 left out that 5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some people don't know what solid is. Right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, man, they act like I got friends now. They ask, DLove, can I hold some? I say, yeah, you can hold some. When can I get it back? Thursday. Right. Come Thursday, there's a bunch of excuses, this, that, and that. I'll be like, well, shit, man. Now I got to sit up and tell my son. I gave money to your uncle, to your play uncle, and all this here, and he ain't got it to give back. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You don't really meet a lot of solid people, man. Like me, you can call me at 3 in the morning. If your car broke down, I'm gonna hop right up and go get that. You understand? I'm gonna get you out your troubles. You know what I'm saying? If you go to jail, I might slap some money on your books. Man, come on, I just been raised to be solid. You know what I'm saying? My mama and them, that's all they put in me is how to be solid, never be a fake individual.
For sure.
What you feel about that word, man?
I think when it boils down to it, when you're talking about solid, I really think it goes deeper than that. I think, you know what I mean, you know, a lot of, because we got family members and people that was raised around us and so on and so forth, you know, and they was raised with, you know, certain kind of morals and ethics, you know, but the niggas just threw them out the window. You know what I mean? And they didn't want to retrieve them. I don't understand why. They definitely retrieve them, man. You know what I mean? And I don't quite get it myself, you know, because, you know what I mean, one thing I understand about life is that things always come back around. You know what I mean? All you got to do is keep it moving. You know what I mean? You know, and be a man and stick your chest out every time. You know what I mean? Like that. And make it happen. And this, you know what I mean? And it's going to happen. So you ain't got to do, you know what I mean? You ain't got to play little silly games over a couple of dollars or, you know what I mean? Act weird over a couple of dollars or, you know what I mean? Like you said, you know what I mean? Love is the type of cat, you know what I mean? You know, and I consider myself to be the same kind of cat that, you know, anytime somebody call me, you know what I mean? I'm there. But, you know, in the past, you know what I mean? Like I said, like he was saying as well, it's a lot of cats, you know what I mean? That, you know, I tried to, you know, deal with them on a certain level. And eventually, their true colors came out. But what I discovered was, I knew what they was before that. You know how they say hindsight is 20/20? Yeah. You know what I mean? It all came back to me like this nigga. You know what I mean? And I was extremely mad. Man.
It worked you.
Oh man, I was upset. You know feel me? But check it out though. But after, you know what I mean? And I was upset to a point to where, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It wasn't good. But, you know, we just gonna keep it at that. But, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but for the most part, you know, hey, you know what? I was just thinking about love. I was thinking about, you know what I mean, remember those, your answer machine back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Yours and mine.
My mom used to say, if you're calling to borrow money, the answer is no.
Hey, when I first heard that.
Call Bill Costa or somebody.
hey, when I first heard that, I said, oh, yeah.
And even Bill wanted his money back. I remember Bill Costa. And those that live in Vegas, they know who Bill Costa was.
Hey, when I heard that, I said, oh, man, you know what I mean? I said my focus on one, but you know what I mean? But I felt him, though. Because the thing about it is, my answer machine used to say, as you see, I can't get with you right now, but leave a message, and I'll definitely get back with you. You know what I mean? You got to read in between the lines of that, right there. You feel me? You know what I mean? Yeah. But a lot of people did. When they did, they'd be like, oh, man, every time I hear that answer machine, you know what I mean? Every time I hear that message, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It make me mad, you know?
I'm going to tell you, man, when mine said, that if you're calling to ask for money, the answer is no.
Yeah, for sure.
I have people they'll call back and say, hey, love.
Yeah.
I know on your answering machine you said the answer is no. But
ain't that some shit?
Can you please let me hold a couple dollars until Thursday?
That is crazy. That is crazy.
So it didn't even matter. I was like, wow.
Hey, but most likely you gave it to him.
Oh yeah, and I still get. Man, it's only like a couple individuals I can say that pay me when they supposed to, man. They know who they is,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No doubt. You know, and one thing I learned from that, man, me myself,
it's crazy, bro.
What I learned is I don't let people borrow money no more. What I do is, if you want to borrow some money from me, and you say, if somebody called me and say, man, check this out, man, I need $200, I need $400, right? I figure out what I want to give them. On the real, I'd be like, okay, well, shoot, man, I can give you, you know what I mean, like, I can give you half of that. You feel me?
Right.
I'll give you half of that. You feel me? You know what I mean? And then, and ultimately, you know what I mean, and then, I ain't got to worry about it no more. But what I also do is, like they used to say back in the street, you give a nigga a sucker sack. Okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? For those that don't know what that is, you know what I mean? A sucker sack is when, you know what I mean, somebody call you to ask you for something, you go on and give it to them. Slide it to them though.
Like that.
You know what I mean? There you go.
Slide.
You know what I mean?
Slide.
You know what I mean? But you might want to, you know what I mean? You got it in mind that you wanted to get rid of this cat anyways, right?
Yeah.
Because he getting on your nerves. He keep asking you for money.
That's a payoff for me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I give it to him.
Yeah, for sure.
You remember you owe me that money?
Right.
Remember that money? Remember that money you owe me? Man, I can't do nothing for you till you pay me back, man.
For sure, no doubt.
I can't do nothing till you pay me back, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's basically a write-off for me.
Oh man, you got to know how to maneuver and wiggle, like you said. You know what I mean, in this game called life, man.
And that's the definition of real play. See, real play can give you whatever because we working hard. I'm like, man, I work hard for my money, man.
Man,
sometimes I don't even get no sleep. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I take a little nap here and there.
No doubt.
And people calling my phone, telling me, hey, man, can I? Ooh. Nah, man. Right. I work too hard, man.
For sure.
I got to get out and work, man.
Oh, man, got to get out and work.
It's 100. Hey, man, it's 114 out here.
Yeah, for sure.
You out here melting.
Right.
Working. I can give a shout out to all the people that's working in the heat out there, man.
Oh, man.
All my people that work at the garbage trucks, driving garbage trucks, all my cats doing construction. Man, salute to y'all working out there in that 114 degree weather because it's
all the public service workers, for sure.
Yeah, man. Salute to y'all, man,
no doubt,
for sure.
No doubt.
And another thing about that player thing, I had a girl, she said, I met this chick, man, she said, yeah, I don't like no players and woo. I said, well, shit, you got a man? She said, yeah, you know who my man is. I said, well, hell, how the hell I know who your man is? She said, my man's name is Floyd. I said, Mayweather the boxer? I said, oh, shit, girl, that's the biggest player in the game. But you like that player, though, don't you?
For sure. That's what she do like.
That $1 million check, man, boy. You like that, don't you? Yeah, that's my favorite boxer.
Most definitely. But the thing about it is, you know what I mean, when you got that kind of money, you playing the game on a whole. That's a level right there that any female, you know what I mean, gonna respect.
Don't bite it anyway, yeah.
So she was just, you know what I mean, she was just what they say, capping.
Yeah, she was capping for real.
And then what happened was, Love had to expose her.
Gonna sit up there and tell me, you a player. I say, your man Floyd? I say, I whip my phone. I hear, girl, you might well go ahead. And put your number up in there, girl. He the biggest player of them all.
For sure.
That's no cap.
No doubt. For sure.
I slide to another club. He walking up in there. He dropped 20 racks on somebody like.
For sure.
Bye-bye. And walk out. I say, ooh, that's player.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know what I mean? When it come down to that, you know what I mean? We definitely know Floyd is doing his thing.
Yeah, shout out to Floyd.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Shout out to Floyd, man. But we've been out here, you know what I mean? Love, he originally from Vegas, but, I moved out.
I'm originally from the D.
Yeah, for sure.
But I migrated from the D to NLV.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
I'm from Detroit originally.
Yeah.
But I migrated from there to North Las Vegas when I was like 5 years old. So I pretty much was raised in the V.
For sure, most definitely. My bad, but that's that's really a thing. You know what I mean? So, and ultimately, what it boiled down to is, you know what I mean? Like I was saying, Love, he was out here since he was 5. But I moved out here, some years ago. And when it come to that player shit, like I said, Vegas is, it's a place for players, man. This is a city that don't sleep.
Players paradise.
Yeah, it's a city that don't sleep. So, it's all kinds of stuff you can get into and ways you can make things happen. When I first moved out here, I said, man, this is like, I don't know. It's like, something
Something you couldn't believe, man.
Oh, man, it was something.
24 hours.
I couldn't,
Back in our day, it was 24 hours, man. We always had something to do back when I was younger, man. We had so many clubs.
Man.
There was I'm talking about, all of them got shut down due to all this, gang banging and all that. But,
right.
Man, it was always something to do in Las Vegas, man.
Always.
If we could go back in the day, boy, if we could spin back time.
Right.
Man, the clubs was popping, and I'm talking about it was yanking hard.
Oh yeah, for sure.
From the north side to the west side, all the way on to the east over there with Tarkanians, Frank's Place, Shay's Place. Man, I go on seven C's when I was open. Man, it's too many to name, man.
Most definitely.
Too many names.
Most definitely. When I first moved out here,
Too many.
When I first moved out here, Love was one of the first cats I met. And when I met him, we just, it was just like that. But ultimately, he used to show me like all the little cool spots, and we used to go to, we was doing a lot of player shit.
Yes, sir.
Enjoying ourselves, a lot of times, the strip clubs was popping.
Oh, the strip clubs, it was really cracking back in the day.
They was making a lot of money too. The money was, the money was floating, man. I'm like, hold up, imagine
there was money then.
Yeah. Oh man.
I don't know what happened to the game now, but
yeah. The world has changed for sure.
Back then,
right?
Money.
Most definitely.
They didn't come out the club at least probably about. I say the lowest at the pocket, the purse, man. It was probably about a couple of racks. That's on the low end of the scale.
Most definitely. It was.
That's how much paper was popping back in the day.
For sure. And the thing is, me and Love, we always been about our money and we was about our hustle. So we always like to mess with women that hustle as well.
Oh yeah,
you feel me? Because we didn't want them asking us for no money. You know what I mean? We wasn't on that sucker shit.
No. I didn't have no trick bones in my body.
Yeah. So therefore, we would prefer, to mess with some women. And then, we catch that, we from the hood, we come from, a certain kind of environment. So, we wasn't messing with, no, I ain't gonna say that, because we was we was probably, we was talking to them too, the women on the other tracks. But it had to be about their money. It just meshed a whole lot better. You know what I mean?
Man, I can't lie. I just happen to be blessed or something in that area. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when I touched down from the penitentiary, man, and I just remember, man, when I first came home, we had to get a job. That's when we was working at the dump and all that stuff, man. We was working at driving garbage trucks and all that stuff, man. And one day I was in the apartment complex. I ran into some females, man, and you don't know who these females is. We just met them, you know what I'm saying? And come to find out, as I start using my verbal acrobatics, you know what I'm saying, getting to know who these people is, they was some ladies of leisure.
Right.
And I was like, man, this the first time I knocked a lady of leisure. Talking to her, she told me what she was. Then I had to call my homeboy. I said, hey, man, the girl I just knocked, man, she a woman of leisure, lady of the night. He say, man, hell, He said, that's what's going on now, Stacks. He said, man, you ain't gonna find no good girls now, man. They out here getting money.
Right, for
He
sure.
said, so you better work that out.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
most
Get
definitely.
your change. Don't be catching no feelings and falling in love and all
Right,
that,
most
man.
definitely,
He said, you
most
better get your money, man.
Right,
and I
right.
was like, damn, okay. So that's what it's all about now. He like, yeah, man, you gotta get your money now.
Right.
Why I ain't no peer, none of that, man. I was like, shit, she want to give her money to somebody. I mean, hell, shit. I wasn't going to turn it down. Shit, I like money.
Most definitely.
I got a good relationship with money, man. I got a good relationship with money, man. So, hell, I was like, that's the first time I was kind of introduced to some stuff like that there, man. I was like, whoa. So, at the end of the day, the game was just, it was like real fruitful back then.
For sure.
You know, so now it's a whole different game, though. You know what I'm saying?
Whole different game.
It's totally different now, man. You know,
different game.
you making thousands of dollars back then, man.
For sure.
And now, you know, I see some of them girls that's from back in the day. They are regular working women now. You know, I seen them, a lot of them with jobs and kids and carrying on what they sell, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But that's part of the game too, you know what I'm saying? Part of the game, you know what I'm saying? That's life, baby.
Most definitely. You know, and you know, I definitely got some of them type of stories to tell, you know what I mean, as well. You know, but for the most part, you know, me like Love was saying that, you know, ultimately we had linked up, you know what I mean, we on the subject of player shit, you know what I mean, and ultimately we had, you know what I mean, we had linked up at, you know what I mean, we was working for the trash company. And with Love, you know what I mean, you know, they had this like little pit thing that you had to walk in, you know what I mean, as soon as you came in. And if you was like if you was a casual, basically, you know what I mean, you had to sit there, you know what I mean, and wait for your name to be called before you went and got on the truck. You feel me? You know what I mean? Before you be called what was called a regular. You feel me? So, you know what I mean, at the time I met Love, you know what I mean, and you know, I knew Love, you know what I mean, we just started chopping it up, you know, and you know what I mean, and shoot, from there on, everything was just, you know what I mean, we just linked up and everything was cool. And then after that, you know, we started getting into some more, you know what I mean, type of stuff. We, you know what I mean, we started hustling, you know what I mean, on some little, you know what I mean, on some little weed type of thing, you know what I mean, you know, I believe I can say that, you know, because ultimately, you know what I mean, the government, they, you know what I mean, they doing it now. So, you know what I mean, why couldn't we have it? You know, but, you know what I mean, and like I said, you know, the business was always straight between, you know what I mean, me and him. It's always been love. Always been love.
Always, man. Always.
No doubt.
Continue to be love, man.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And I really like and enjoy this thing that we doing here, you know what I'm saying? And I think we're going to have a lot of interesting things to bring to you people. And hopefully you guys will like and subscribe, you know what I'm saying? If y'all have any questions, y'all can be able to hit us in that box, you know what I'm saying, and ask any questions that you would like.
For sure.
And we'll give you the best answer that we can to the best to stability, baby.
That's what we will do.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what we will do.
And this is our first day doing this, so y'all can look forward to us dropping a lot of episodes coming to you guys real soon. We would like to thank Ignis Umbra for letting us use this facility. Very great facility, great people working with us. And we're going to have a lot of more content to be bringing you guys.
Most definitely.
Real soon.
And the content, you know what I mean, that we're going to speak about is, you know, furthermore on just like, you know, just player shit as far as, you know what I mean, just elevation, you know. Me and Love, you know what I mean, we doing some other things now. We got, you know, things going on with, you know, within, you know, financial literacy and, you know, educating ourselves, you know what I mean, as black men that came from the hood, you know, and just, you know, becoming, you know, us becoming, you know, actual, you know what I mean, businessmen. And we always been about our business, you know what I mean, one way or another, whether it was corporate or it was in the streets, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean, we just, you know what I mean, we've been leveling up on a whole nother level, you know what I mean, because ultimately we looking for are real liberties and freedom. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know, for sure.
Definitely
So-
want that liberty and freedom.
Most definitely, most definitely. You know what I mean? And not the falsified shit that, you know, the Americans, you know what I mean, the American government keep telling us about. You know what I mean? We want the real thing. But, you know, ultimately, yeah, that's what we're going to do. You know, we're going to keep giving it to you. I like to also thank, you know, Idris Imbram as well, you know, for, you know, letting us rent this facility, you know, so we can go ahead and spit this game to y'all, you know, for sure.
And at the end of the day, that's going to be in. Tap in.
No doubt.
Don't tap out.
Yeah,
You dig?
Yeah.
The Love and Luck podcast show.
Yeah,
Love.
pretty much.
Zoom. That means go.
We get with you.